Right, so Werewolf by Night is a weird one because it's not a movie, it's not a TV show, it's a special presentation. What that basically means is it's like a straight to DVD thing or straight to Disney Plus thing, and it's not like even an hour long. It's like 55 minutes, but 5 of those minutes are credits and another 3 are opening credits, so it's like 47 minutes. So what is it? It's like a Halloween special, basically. It's Jack Russell, who, yeah, I know the Werewolf by Night's real name is Jack Russell. I fucking love 80s Marvel naming conventions. But yeah, Jack Russell going in, infiltrating this kind of like hunters gathering that's the funeral of Ulysses Bloodstone. Obviously Elsa's a part of this movie. Elsa Bloodstone, she's actually a big part of this movie, bigger than I thought she was going to be. So this group of hunters, that most of them remain unnamed, so the only ones that matter are Jack and Elsa. The others are kind of like unnamed generic hunter man. The Scottish one's kind of fun, but they're tasked with hunting this unnamed monster that's remained a mystery, apart from in the trailer. It's Man-Thing. Man-Thing's in the trailer, so we all knew that it was going to be Man-Thing that was this monster, but it's revealed that Jack is here to get Man-Thing out, to free him, basically. And so but Elsa doesn't want to be a part of the whole hunter thing. She just wants the Bloodstone because it belonged to her dad, or what's revealed at the end, but I won't spoil that because it's fun. It's kind of a fun ending. So Elsa and Jack end up teaming up, so that they end up freeing Man-Thing, and that's about halfway through. And then Jack tries touching the Bloodstone. It kind of makes him curl up, makes him partially transform. So Elsa and Jack are put in this cage. Elsa's put in there because she helped release the monster. So they're just waiting for Jack to transform into whatever he transforms into to kill Elsa. And then that's when he turns into Werewolf by Night. I think where this special film triumphs is in being mostly black and white. I think it's fair to say that Marvel CG recently hasn't been at its best. I think even the parts of this movie, the last like few minutes that aren't in black and white, still look great. Like Man-Thing in colour still looks good, right? Man-Thing in this movie is a treat. Is the best part. If you're going into this and you want a new favourite Marvel character, Man-Thing is the one. Man-Thing is the thing that you're going to take out of this, because he is great. The scenes when Jack is like full werewolfed out, there's not much of that. It's like, instead of being segmented into several smaller parts of the special, it's the entire like final act is just werewolf stuff, and I think that's great. I think that's perfect, because it's not something you can really do often, because the werewolf is the monster, right? It's the big. The whole special is themed around and presented as this like B movie, like this like 30s, 40s, 50s, black and white B movie, kind of like your original Dracula's or something like that, and it gets that right. It gets that premise right. There's not much bad, only that I wish it was a bit longer. Because what's here is really good. It's just I want to see more of it. And that's kind of the best complaint to ever have, is like that there's not enough, right? Well, saying there's not enough isn't quite right. There's plenty here, and if it went on for much longer, then like, who knows? It might have lost its impact. But also, I want to see more of these characters. I want to see more of Elsa Bloodstone. I think we're going to get more of Elsa Bloodstone, hopefully in the Blade movie. I hope we get more of Werewolf by Night, because the guy they got playing him, he's good, he's great. And the actual look of the werewolf itself, I want to see Moon Knight and Werewolf by Night actually like face each other. I think that would be really fun. I want to see more of Man-Thing. Who doesn't want to see more of Man-Thing? Because they get it right. They get it as good as they're gonna get it. Like, if you think Man-Thing, put him in a movie, this is what you do with Man-Thing in a movie. Right? They turned this like incredibly terrifying image, and they made it adorable. They made Man-Thing adorable, and I think that's great. Yeah, there's not really much to say, because there's not much here. It's definitely one of the more violent MCU things. I have to check back on what the actual rating is. I think they probably got away with keeping it at 12, or keeping it a PG-13 rating, because it is black and white, and the stuff that's in colour is like the last 5 minutes. So it's probably still PG-13 or still a 12. But yeah, I think it succeeds in everything it wants to be, and going in with not really any, not even like no knowledge of what the movie's going to be, no knowledge on what this is that we're actually watching. I think more of this is what we need. More obscure of the obscure characters. More. I think this is what the Disney Plus special should be. Less of the shows, more of this, because this is good. This is unique. This is fun. This is like you still have those MCU-isms. You still have like the main characters cracking jokes and everything. You still have like that. You still have like that big hulking character that's kind of played for comic relief. But the main core of it and the final act, my god, the final act, the way that it's just like, it goes full like cheese 30s horror, and it's brilliant because of it. I think this is one of it's one of my favourite MCU things. Just outside of, phases. Phase 4, it's like up there as like one of the best things out of Phase 4. It's certainly better than then I think it's better than everything bar No Way Home. No Way Home is so good. But that's not even competing. You know? No Way Home's like a culmination of every Spider-Man movie that has ever come out, and then this is like a Halloween special that really didn't need this much care or this much like love put into it, and they put more love, they put more care, they put more money, I think, into or they put more into making this look good than they did She-Hulk, to be honest. And She-Hulk is like an 8-episode long show about that's adjacent to one of the more popular characters in your universe, and you put more into Werewolf by Night, which is not connected to anything yet. Could very well be connected to Blade, could very well be connected to Moon Knight Season 2. But yeah, I liked a lot of what was here. The only thing I didn't like is maybe the runtime, but I feel like if it was any longer it wouldn't have had the same impact. It wouldn't have had the same, like, punch or scratch, because wolves scratch, you know. But yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. One of my favourites. And it felt like when they were doing the transformation scene, it didn't feel like they rushed it, which is weird because of the short time frame. It felt like they actually, you know, in phase 1, whenever like there's a suit up scene or whenever there's a transformation scene, they actually spend time on it. At least when it's the first one, they actually actively spend time on the transformation of the suiting up, right? And they have like the camera pans and everything. This isn't quite there, but it feels like they get back to having it feel really special the first time a character like werewolves out, or like a character becomes the name of the movie, basically. I mean, the introduction of Man-Thing isn't that. The introduction of Man-Thing, he takes his arm out of like a bush, and he just grabs Jack, and he's like, hey, Man-Thing, Ted, hey. Yeah, that was kind of okay, but the way that they did Man-Thing in this is, you know, that makes sense as a way to introduce him. Like, you could have had like a panning shot of him, like you're looking at his feet, and then you're panning up and you look at his head. That would have been more interesting than just hand out a bush, hey. But yeah, you know. Anyways, let me know in the comments below what you thought of Werewolf by Night. Where does it sit? And do you want more stuff like this? More specials, more Disney Plus specials that get like a short runtime but a lot of care. And hopefully this is what the Guardians Christmas special is like. I don't know. This is good. This is a good thing. This is only positives can come out of this. There is nothing really that negative that I can say about Werewolf by Night. It's all good. The only thing is, like, I wish there was some kind of, there was something to tie this in with the rest of the Marvel universe, because it's kind of it's a good thing and a bad thing, because like there's no after credit scenes, which is fine. You know, you think being a thing straight on Disney Plus, this would be the one place where they could afford to go ham with after credits, but I don't know. Maybe they just didn't want to tie this to anything directly yet, because they wanted to see how it does. and what the reception to it is, because it is very different, and it's very, like, thematic, if that's the thing, and it's very niche. It's very niche. It's the most niche thing that Marvel's done, and it's a character no one knows, and it's black and white, and and it's the first, like, horror movie to go full horror, because Multiverse of Madness wasn't full horror. It had some scenes that were like jump scares, but it wasn't full horror. This is like a full horror movie, and I feel like this succeeds in being that. But anyways, let me know what you think about Werewolf by Night in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Endings are hard, aren't they? I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.